you! I love you! Warning. This game contains content that might not be suitable for most audiences. Viewers' discretion is advised. A long day at work had you dragging your feet sluggishly and putting your headphones on to tune out the rest of the world. You knew it wasn't a smart idea, especially this late at night, but you didn't care. You just wanted to make it home. If you had cared, if you had an ounce of caution that pricked at the back of your brain, you would have noticed him. You know that feeling you have right now? Your hair standing up at the back of your neck, and something's creeping down your leg like tiny bugs crawling and skittering about? That's him. Watching you. Following you. If you weren't so self-absorbed, you would have noticed him. But you didn't hear the footsteps trudging ever closer, testing your hearing. You didn't notice him calling out your name hesitantly. You also definitely didn't notice that no one else was around while you walked home. If you had, maybe you would have called a rideshare or a taxi or something. The last thing you did notice was a feeling of fear coursing through you as a long arm wrapped around your middle with a strong hand slapping a funky smelling cloth over your mouth. Your headset shifted just enough for you to hear, "I'm sorry, Lion." You woke up to the cold of a cement floor seeping through your clothes, your skin into your bones. You shivered and went to curl up and hug yourself, but a sudden clang made you jerk and jolt to your senses. You looked up and noticed that your wrists were in handcuffs, with a long chain leading to a large eye hook sticking out of the wall. You tugged it fruitlessly. "Ah, you're awake, kitten." You immediately snapped your attention to the voice and looked around until you saw a figure sitting outside the apparent jail cell-like apparatus you were in. It was a man who seemed relaxed in his posture, slouching, one leg up, watching you. You struggled on to your hands and knees and crawled forward a bit. His expression seemed amused. Once you got closer, you could make out the details of his face clearly. You knew this man. He was a regular at your store, mostly hanging around you and keeping you company during your shift. You didn't normally mind it, as he was fun and relaxing to be around. Or he used to be, before he clearly kidnapped you. How are you so sure that this man kidnapped you? I mean, he could be here to rescue you. Ambrose? Hey. He smiled tentatively at you. What's going on? I kidnapped you. No, that's one way to, break the news to me. He sighed, rubbing his face with his hands. I'm sorry, kitten. I can't live without you. You're taking up my mind, my daily life. I can't have you not with me. You didn't think about, I don't know, asking me out like a normal person? His eyes flashed darkly. I tried that and you told me you were busy. Well, when? 2 days ago. I asked if you'd seen the new slasher film and you said, no, and I don't plan to watch movies anytime soon. You sighed, letting your head drop back. You idiot, that wasn't a rejection, and there are other ways to ask someone out, you know. Well, shut up! Wait, hang on, wait, are you telling me that this is Sundere Yandere? Is this a Sun Yandere? Frick! He snapped. You flinched, sitting. You hugged your knees to your chest as best as you could and looked around. The floor was cement and the walls were cement, save for the bars in front of you. The chains connecting you to the wall looked thick, but that eye hook looked weakly inserted. Ambrose, I'm scared. You don't have to be. You're with me now, kid, and I'll take care of you. Forever. Just you and me. We'll live happily. Have a family if you want, and you'll never have to want it for anything. Please, just say yes. I need you like I need the air I breathe, kid. I love you so much. Ambrose was looking a little psychotic now, on his knees and reaching through the bars to grasp your hand in his. His touch was warm and inviting, a stark contrast to the situation you were in. It made it hard to think clearly. I really don't know. You don't know the lengths I'll go for you, what I have done for you. That chilled you to the bone, and you scooted back away from him. What did you do, Ambrose? What did you do? That man that was harassing you the other day, the old dude with the beer gut, You don't have to worry about him anymore. Oh, thank you! You don't have to worry about that old woman that threatened your job either. You got rid of Karen too? They're gone? That's great! He smiled as he said this. What happened? You whispered this, but you weren't sure what you wanted to know. You're looking at me weird, kitten. Stop looking at me like that. This is just my absolute adoration for you. Like, you got rid of a creep and a Karen for me. Like, you want my heart, Ambrose. Stop giving me that look. He started shouting it now. Oh, you don't want me to look at you like this? This is what you wanted, isn't it? You wanted me. Stop looking at me like I'm a monster. No, it's not that you're a monster or anything, so that would make you hotter. His voice carried in the small room, assaulting your ears and making you wince and shrink down. When he saw that, he stopped. I'm sorry, Lion. His voice was back to normal. I know this is wrong. I don't want to be like this. The thoughts in my head are obsessive and intrusive, but I can't stop them. I'm trying getting help, but the medications I was on made my brain fuzzy. Yeah, I understand. Like, heck, antidepressants and such. It really does make you feel really funky. Lion, please. I don't know what to do. What will you say? I can fix him! I can help you! Let me help, Ambrose. We can figure this out together. Really? Does this mean you love me too? I wouldn't go for that just yet. But I do have feelings for you, Ambrose. I care for you. I'm sorry that wasn't obvious. His face softened. You care? About me? Really? He whispered the last word. I do, and yes, I can help you. Ambrose sat for a moment, sniffling, trying to fight back tears, but failing. Oh God, I'm sorry. It's okay to feel your feelings, Ambrose. Like this, just don't worry about it. Uh-huh. He choked back sobs, and it was a few minutes before he was calm again. So, what do we need to do? Come here? Sure. Come here, Ambrose. He nodded and stood up, fishing a key out of his pocket and opening the cell door. It creaked open and hurt your ears, but you waited patiently. He stepped inside and sat in front of you again, very close this time. I will admit, I love you more than I ever planned to love somebody. And knowing that you care for me, kitten, I couldn't be happier. Stay with me, please. Let's just get you healthy first, okay? Yeah, okay. Besides, you might not even love me once you're better. He stared at you, unblinkingly, frowning. Not love you? Impossible. I'll carve your name into my skin with my knife if it'll make you believe me. I can't live without you, and the sooner you understand it, the sooner you can come upstairs with me. Maybe I'll just do it, just to show you. He pulled out a shiny pocket knife from his back pocket, flicked it open with ease. He pressed it into the skin of his left forearm before you jumped forward. You knocked the knife away from him and tumbled over the concrete floor. Don't do that! Are you dumb? Like, look, okay. You tell me that you are tsundere, yandere, and a dumdere. He looked up at you, blinking, blushing. Yes. You're stupid? Yes. Stupidly in love. This is what I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. This is what I gotta deal with. For your entertainment. God. You groaned and scrambled off him. You noticed the knife and quickly pocketed it without him realizing. He sat up and rubbed the back of his head. Damn, kitten. Did you play football in school? You really tackled me. You gave him a pointed look and he chuckled awkwardly. You went to rub your face, but your shackles clanged noisily. Ambrose looked at you. Then looked at it. Promise you won't run? You mustered up all the earnestness you could and nodded. I promise. He made a noise of affirmation and pulled the keyring back out. Unlocking the handcuff, he rubbed your wrist appreciatively. He stood up and held out a hand for you to take. You took it and stood up yourself. He clenched tightly to your hand as he led you out of the cell and upstairs. Into a completely normal-looking house. Wow, this is something. Why do you have a cell in your basement? Reasons. Is that your sex dungeon? Wait, what? He continued pulling you along until you got into the kitchen. He gestured for you to sit at a chair, so you did. Hungry? Starving, actually. How long has it been? Ambrose consulted a clock on the stove, scratching his chin. Around 12 hours. I think I might have used too much chloroform or something. Your eyebrows raised skyward. It looked away awkwardly. Ambrose got to work, make you something light and simple. Pancakes. You're not allergic to gluten or anything, right? I only have regular flour. Nah, I'm not allergic to gluten. Okay, good. While his back was turned to you, you looked around. You noticed the door leading outside was just around the table, but you have to run behind Ambrose to get to it. I'm gonna risk it. You decided to bolt. Jumping up from your chair, you ran around the table and behind Ambrose, almost at the door when you were jerked back by the collar of your shirt, losing your balance and falling onto your back, smacking your head off the ground. Stupid little. Ambrose snapped, grabbing you roughly under your arms and dragging you back towards the basement. You struggled and kicked your legs, screaming out, "Get off of me! Someone! Help!" You remembered the knife and pulled it out, flicking the blade out, lashing out behind you. You buried it in his legs and he cried out, dropping you on the ground again. Your head once more smashed against the hard kitchen tile and dazed you. It was enough time for Ambrose to reach for the frying pan and bash you over the head with it. He was straddling your frame now, and through your blurry vision, you thought he was crying. Why won't you love me? I did everything for you. I protected you. With each sentence, he hit you again over the head with a frying pan. So you're telling me this whole time it's going like, I love you. I love you. Oh God, you can't tell me that is not the ultimate show of love right there. Just bonking someone with a frying pan. Don't actually do it. I do not condone this. I love He's actually doing it. He's actually hitting me over the head and saying I love you. Just like, bonk, I love you. Why don't you love me? You could only see red and black and you couldn't feel anything. You couldn't even cry out anymore. Kitten? Oh no. Oh God. Oh no. What did I do? No. What did I do? You didn't plan for this eventuality? Wow. He really is a loser. What the Alright, let's go back. Alright, this time, I'm not gonna risk getting bunked. I'm gonna stay put. You decided not to try to run. It was too risky, and besides, you kinda wanted pancakes. Ambrose quickly finished up some time later and laid out a plate of pancakes in front of you, topped with strawberries and bananas, your favorite. Eat up, kitten. Wow, this looks amazing, Ambrose. Thank you. He smiled at you, tiredly. You're welcome. He sat down across from you, crossing his arms and leaning back in his chair, his head tilted back and his eyes closed. You ate quietly. Now might be the time to go. You seem to be sleeping. Keep eating? Nah, that was it. You weren't gonna try to run anymore. You're hungry, tired, and he hadn't actually hurt you yet. Probably in an alternate universe, but you know, not here. You weren't lying when you said you care for him earlier. Maybe you could help him, and then you both could have a healthier relationship. You finished eating and wiped your mouth with a napkin. His eyes opened and he sat forward. Good? Delicious, Ambrose. Thank you. I know I should let you go, but I'm scared. I don't want you to go to the police or anything. I was being honest when I said I wanted to help you. We should talk to someone. Yeah, I'll be there with you the entire time. You don't have to worry about anything. I'll be right there. I'll take care of everything, okay? Ambrose looked at you with his tired eyes. Something like hope shined in them. You serious? Dead ass. Okay then. I do have a therapist and their numbers on the fridge. Would you like me to call them? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to be honest with them, you know? You're not well and you kidnapped me. That's a crime. I know. You grabbed the phone number from the fridge and Ambrose passed you your cell phone. You must have confiscated sometime last night. You took it and dialed the therapist's number. It was a brief conversation and they helped you find an intensive outpatient therapy program that dealt with similar Wait, there are similar cases out there? How rampant is this? Frick! You thanked the therapist and hung up. Ambrose looked at you with soft eyes. We're good. You're not going to an institution, but you will be having intensive outpatient therapy starting tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yeah. Okay. Then, just for today, could you pretend to love me back? Just for today? Of course. In your head, you thought that maybe you wouldn't be pretending, but for him, you put your all into it. Because you could fix him. Are you telling me this is a bad end? Oh no! Oh, frick! Okay, this time instead of just eating, I'm gonna run for it. Having a stroke of genius, you shoved the table hard in Ambrose's direction. It slammed against his chest, startling him and knocking out all the wind from his lungs. With that done, you took off at a dead run, racing for the door and flinging it open. It was daylight, early morning hours. You wasted no time screeching for help as you ran barefoot down the street. An elderly woman peeked out her door and he ran to her porch, begging for help. You were crying and appeared to be dirty and bruised, which really helped your case because she invited you in and locked the door. The police were called. Ambrose had stayed in his kitchen, mostly because he knew what would happen and how it could be worse if he ran. They found him with an arm wrapped around his ribcage. Apparently, one of his ribs ended up broken from the force of the table being shoved onto him. When asked why he did what he did, his only response was that he loved you and would do anything for you. Eventually, they found out about the old man and woman. Ambrose was put away on 2 consecutive life sentences, plus some extra time for kidnapping. You were treated at a hospital and saw a therapist for a while after the events. Even after Ambrose was sentenced, you still had that itchy, crawling feeling on the back of your neck whenever you were alone. Like you were being watched. Like he was waiting, biding his time. Until he could show you how much he loves you again. Well, that's dark. Okay, this time after we tell him that we can help him, I'm gonna see what happens if we ask him to let us go. Let me go. Ambrose narrowed his eyes and glared at you. Escaping is all you think about, isn't it? Please, I want to help you. But I can't do it from in here. No, I don't trust you. Ambrose, please, you can trust me. You start crying now. I'm scared, Ambrose. I'm scared, cold, and hungry. Let me go. Ambrose's guarded expression faltered slightly, but he said nothing. What are you? Are you an idiot sandwich? Psychotic? Ambrose stood up and glared down at you. I think you need to be alone. It'll help you think about what you just said. Wait, no! Don't go! Don't leave me down here! He had already left, and you were now alone. Light shut off, and it was just as cold and lonely as it had been when you first woke up. Perhaps even more now. Seconds turned into minutes, turned into hours. At least you thought. You couldn't hear anything except the scraping of metals on concrete whenever you moved. You cried and screamed until your throat was hoarse, but no one came. Frick. There was nothing. No sound. Nobody heard. Nothing else. Just you and the cold floor. The sound of your panic breathing and pounding heart. What a shame. Well, but anyway, that was Loser. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to play this game for yourself, link to the game will be in the description below. And yes, the other choice which we didn't go for, which was to ask him to let us go, it does lead to the same ending as we saw before, so not really a point of me to go back to that. But anyway, yeah, if there's any other games you guys want me to check out, let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of the day. Do take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.